Hi guys, hope you are fine. Let's do this question. First, guys, I'm going to read the question. A function ft of period 2 pi is odd, and it is given by ft equals to these two functions. That is, one of them is t over pi from 0 to pi over 2. Second one is 1 minus t, this is 1, minus t over pi, this is from pi over 2 up to pi. Guys, first we are going to sketch the graph from negative pi to pi, and then set in t equals to pi over 2 for series in Roman 1. We are going to show that pi over 2 all over 8 is equals to that. And so guys, we start off, and I started off already. And guys, here I have the two functions. This is the first function is 2 over pi from 0 to pi over 2. While the second function is 1 minus t over pi from pi over 2 and t and pi. That is, t is between pi over 2 and pi. So guys, I'm going to draw that graph. And the first thing guys I do here is to use this first equation, that is function, and I have t and I have the function ft. So if I press 0 there, guys, I will still get 0. Then I press pi over 2, I will get pi over 2, pi will cancel, we are left with that. Guys, I come again now to, for pi over 2 up to pi, I have this equation. And so therefore, guys, I will put, first of all, pi over 2 on this equation. If I put that, you'll get a half there. So you'll have 1 minus a half, which gives us a half. Guys, I then put pi. When I put pi here, you'll have 1 minus 1, which now gives us 0. So guys, I now come and draw my graph right here, whereby guys, I will draw whereby I have 0 and 0, this is that point. And then pi over 2 and 1/2 is that point. So guys, I joined with a line those 2 points. And then from there guys, from pi over 2, which is this one, pi over 2 to pi, and it's here, pi over 2 to pi. I come here and say t is pi over 2 and ft, that is function of t, is a half. So that will be my initial dot, or that is where they meet first. So I put a dot there. I come here guys, now replace with, I have pi and 0. Pi and 0 is that point. So guys, I draw that point. And then guys, we are saying that this equation is actually an odd function. I should have put is an odd function. It's already there. Guys, this is an odd function. And because it is odd, its line of symmetry is along this line. So guys, when I come here, I will extend this line this side, just as it is on this side, so that it will reach at a certain point here, negative a half. So guys, then I will come back. I will now do it from here to here. Now this guys becomes the odd function. Otherwise, if it was even, it would be enough. The line of symmetry would have been y is equals to 0, and then I should have gone this way. But now, since it is odd, I had to go this way. So guys, now we come and see our equations. The equation we have here for the sine series, that is the odd series, is supposed to be like this. And the Bn is given by Bn is equals to 2 all over pi from 0 to pi, that is have a average from 0 to pi, and that's why we multiply by 2 here. ft, function of t is sine at. And then guys, from there I come here because guys, as you can see, this graph has two functions. From here, from 0 to this point, we use one of the functions. We have used one of the functions. From here to this point, we have used another function. And so therefore, guys, we cannot use one function from 0 to pi. I have to use both of the functions. That is, I use t over pi, that is from 0 to pi over 2, and I use the other function 1 minus t all over pi, and that's what I have done. From 0 to pi over 2, I have used this function, and then I have written sine nt. This is sine nt. And then I use the other function, so that finally, guys, we shall be able to have, that is, our integral will be from 0 to pi. And because we want 2 pi, I'll now come and multiply by 2 there, all over pi. Now, guys, we continue. From there, guys, we are going to come and integrate. We first of all integrate that, and then we shall integrate this equation. Now, integrating this equation, guys, I'm going to use the integration by parts. So I have my u here, I have my dv here. This is u dv. So when I find du, that is the du and that is the v. So guys, I now come and place them here. This is now u. You have the u there. Guys, we have the v there. Now minus the integral of, that is v du, like that. So guys, with that, my v is supposed to be negative. Because of this negative and negative that was here, this one becomes a plus. And then I have my du here. After integrating that, guys, this is what I found out. I found out the 2 over pi is there, and this one comes to that and that. I now come and replace my pi over 2 first. When I replace my pi over 2, this is what I am going to find. And then for 0, this is going to be 0 because here it makes everything 0. For 0, sine 0 gives us 0. And so therefore, guys, from there we come and now multiply by 2 all over pi. Once we do that, guys, this is what now we are going to find. So this one now becomes Roman 1, and it is for first integral, which we have here. This is our first integral. Of course, together with 2 all over pi. Coming now to the second integral, guys, this is what we have. We have the second integral. We are supposed to add them together. I do the same thing, guys. I integrate by parts. This is by parts. My u is this. My dv is this. And so, therefore, guys, my du will be this. And my v will be minus cos nt all over n. Guys, I now use the integration by parts, whereby this is u. We have v here. Minus now integral of, we have here is going to be v and du, like that. So guys, as you can see, this is my v and this is my du, and you have the u and you have the v. So guys, when we do that, this is what we are going to find. When this is already integrated, we integrate that, we get that. So from pi over 2 to pi. So guys, I now come and replace my pi first, and then I replace my pi over 2 next. So guys, when I replace now my pi here, you find this is now going to be 0. So the first term becomes 0. I then replace my pi here, whereby we have sine pi t. This is now also going to be 0 because sine of 180, 360, 720, all that is 0. And then I come now replace pi over 2. So here I have already finished with that, minus, I now replace pi over 2. This is what I'm going to get, guys. And then this is going now to be sine. After that, guys, now guys, I have this equation. This is now equation Roman 2, which I'm now supposed to add to equation Roman 1. So guys, bringing my Roman 1 here, you can see this is my equation and I'm supposed to now to add them together. So guys, you can see this is minus 1 cos pi over 2n all over pi n, and this one now is plus. So guys, this equation is going now to be 0 because it's like minus 1 plus 1 because the rest of the figures are the same. Then we have this, which is now double. This is now going to be double because you have 2 and then these figures are the same. So this is now going to be 4. And so therefore, guys, we are going to be left with this. We are now going to be left with 4. That is Bn is going to be 4 over pi squared n squared sine pi over 2n. Guys, when we now use n, for n, we are going to have the odd numbers. Because guys, if you put 2 here, that one now will give us sine of 180, which is 0. If you put 4, guys, it will be sine 360, which is also 0. So our numbers are going to be odd. That is 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. And so, guys, replacing that numbers, we will have now ft. That is our equation now is going to be like that. Guys, this is what I mean. Our ft, we write our ft here, guys. We are going to have it being equal to, that is summation from n equals to 1, and then we have infinity, the bn, which is this, that is 4 all over pi squared n squared, like that. We have sine pi over 2 n. Guys, we now multiply by sine, this is sine n t, like that. So guys, this is what now we are now coming to put here, whereby guys, now as you can see, this is where when we put 1, we put 1 there. Guys, we are going to have sine 90, which is 1, and then we are left with 4 all over pi squared, and then 1 squared, and then this one is going to be 1. So guys, when we put 3, we are going to have this one as negative 1, and these others are going to remain the same. The n squared will be 3 squared, and so therefore you have that. And then guys, we come to this point where there is 5 squared. When we put 5 squared, this is going to be sine 5t. This is now going to be 1, and then here for n is 5 squared. And guys, this is what now we have as our series. This is our series. As you can see, the negative is alternative plus. It's alternating plus. When we have negative, we have plus, negative, we have plus, negative, plus, like that. Guys, now we come to prove our condition here. This is the condition we want to prove. By setting t is equals to pi over 2. So guys, when t is pi over 2, going back to the equation we had, this is now what we had, guys. We had this figure. So our pi over 2 is supposed to be at that point, whereby now this is going to be pi over 2 equals to t, and so therefore ft is going to be equal to 2, like that. As you can see, this is the t, and this is now the ft, which is now equals to a half. It's actually a half. And so therefore, that's what, guys, I have written here, that when t is equals to pi over 2, ft is going to be a half. And so, guys, I now put a half there. And then this is equals to, you come and put now your pi over 2 there. Sine pi over 2 gives us 1, like that. When you come to sine 3 pi over 2, this gives us a negative. So this one turns to positive. And this one gives us a positive, so positive 1, it remains 1. This one gives a negative, so negative and negative, it turns to positive. So finally we shall have like this, something like this. And when we have that, guys, remember these are odd numbers. So guys, if we are going to find the odd numbers, the series of not odd numbers like this, guys, this one we are supposed to get 2k plus minus 1. That is the series, guys, we get from that. So that's what we are putting here, guys. And this 4 will multiply to comes 8. This pi squared will come to this. Then you get pi squared. And this one you get 8. So guys, if you can put 1 here, you find 2 minus 1 is 1. If you put 2, that is 4 minus 1 is 3 squared. So guys, thank you for listening to me. Bye bye.